Welcome back to House Rules, the podcast where we break down the essential rules from my book, House Rules, Survival Tips for Getting Shit Done. I'm your host, Steven Almeida, and today we're diving into the very first rule: start now. Starting a project is often the hardest part. We get bogged down by the need for everything to be perfect from the get-go. We wait for the perfect idea, the perfect moment, the perfect conditions. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it only delays your progress. Starting now is crucial because without a beginning, there can be no end. It's about taking that first step, however small it may be. When I started writing this book, it wasn't a grand event. In fact, it was the opposite. It began with small yellow post-it notes. I jotted down motivational quotes that resonated with me and stuck them all over New York City. From buses to trains to coffee shops and restaurants. I didn't care where I placed them. All that mattered was that I started. And that's the key. Starting is the hardest part, but it's also the most important. Think about this. Every tree was once a seed. That mighty oak didn't start as a towering giant. It started as a small, seemingly insignificant seed. The same goes for your projects and ideas. They may start small, but with time and effort, they can grow into something magnificent. The significance of starting cannot be overstated. It sets everything in motion. One of the most effective ways to get started is to set a clear goal. Define your objective clearly and precisely. When you know what you're aiming for, it's easier to break down your plan into tangible and achievable steps. Write it down on a yellow sticky note if you have to. In fact, do it every day for a year if that's what it takes to keep you focused and motivated. Let's look at an inspirational example. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in a garage with a potbelly stove. He held most of his meetings at the neighborhood Barnes & Noble. Bezos didn't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect setup. He started with what he had and worked tirelessly to build Amazon to the giant it is today. This story is a testament to the power of starting now, regardless of your current circumstances. So what can you do today? Take a look at your current projects or ideas. Identify one thing you can do right now to move forward. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be a start. Remember, starting now sets you on a path to progress and success. To wrap it up, let's recap. Starting is the hardest part, but also the most important. Set clear goals, take small steps, and don't wait for perfection. Begin with what you have and watch as your efforts grow into something incredible. Thank you for joining me on this episode of House Rules. I'm Steven Almeida, and remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Join me next time as we explore rule number 2, embrace your failures. Until then, keep pushing forward and start now.